Well, it is day 69, and chances are you haven't booked your scan because we haven't had a lot of you book your scan. So please book it. Listen, I know that this is not the way we wanted to end the challenge, but it is what it is. So, book your scan, come on and let's see how you did. And I understand, I did have some of you, or I did read some of your input, and it's been hard to stay motivated through this time, especially when you can't come in and do the regular classes with us. But you can do the online classes. I told you guys this. We did have those going. We had the regular classes going as well up until Friday, right? What are we today? Thursday? Yeah, up until a week ago. So, but I get it. Like, I understand that, it makes things that much harder. And when you can't follow your regular routine, you really maybe start to question things. So, I will tell you, I understand, but, like I've said before, when you lack resources, you just have to get resourceful, right? It's hard, I know. All right, I want to talk a little bit about the whole idea of reverse dieting. And, part of me doesn't want to talk about this because I think for a lot of you, not that you're not intelligent and not that you won't understand, but I just feel like it's hard to appreciate something like this at this stage of the game. Like, it just takes time to really, go through what I think is sort of the best metric for going about your life in a certain way in order to to maximize your body composition. And I think I've told you guys that, well, if you've watched my videos, really what you need to do is to undulate your calories. That is, you need to go up and down with your calories over time. And I think it is the best approach through time to increase your calories slowly. Okay, so, but you might ask, well, why? Like, what are the reasons for that? And I may have mentioned one or two reasons, but there are 5 here that I've listed, and there is probably more for sure. There's just 5 that come off the top of my head, to be honest with you. And so number 1, you're going to plateau. Okay, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to plateau, and you can't just keep taking calories away, because eventually you'll be eating nothing. And this is just not the way to do it. So, you can only dig so far, and then you can stay there, which is fine, but, you will plateau. And, you may lose some momentum there too as well. Okay, momentum's not the right word I'm looking for. I'm looking for the word leverage. Okay, and this is where you want to increase your calories. Now you might think, well, I'm just going like a few steps backwards here. You could be going a few steps backwards, but I would argue that if you do it right, you won't go a few steps backwards. You'll just stay exactly where you are. But you might still lose. Okay, but you'll pretty much stay the same. You'll pretty much stay in the same place if you do it right. And then, your calories will creep up, and then you'll be much higher, and then once again, you could take that dip and then, start moving a few more steps forward. Of course, this is all in the context of talking about losing fat, right? And this is, in general, what I would tell people to do. This doesn't apply to absolutely every single person. So that's number 1. Number 2, you want to build some momentum. Well, I guess I just already said that. So, you need to build some momentum. The only way you can do that is to increase your calories. You don't build momentum by reducing your calories. All that's going to do is, reduce your BMR, reduce your thyroid output, potentially reduce your muscle mass. You're just doing everything to slow things down. Okay, so you're not building any momentum. All right? Number 3, you need a reward, and you do. Mentally, you need that. You can't just keep going downhill and going through more and more punishment. you know, like I said, when I drop your food, I made the decision for most of you to drop your carbohydrates as a fuel source, but you could drop your fat as well. But you know, those are both, you know, I think we can all agree that, you know, fat and protein are the two things that, you know, we really look towards when we want to, you know, increase our calories. We don't think, geez, man, can I add in some more steak? That would be really good. Probably not, right? Or can I add in more cottage cheese? No, you're thinking like, can I add in some, like, I don't know, some nut butter or some real butter, or like, you know, peanut butter or something. And can I add in some, I don't know, fruit or bread or something like that, or rice. Okay, and you know, if you look towards those bad foods that are out there, those foods that we often, you know, crave, they're just carbs and fat. So we want to think about, you know, also giving ourselves that mental reward, right? That, well, physical reward as well. Number 4, we need change. You just need a change, because change allows us to look ahead and shoot for something new, right? So we always want to be looking for something new. So we need that. Pretty much, we need a constant change. We need a constant, you know, short-term goal to work towards. Once we get there, okay, we're there. Now let's see what's our next step, right? And so this undulating type method is, well, you'll always be working towards something new. And number 5, you can't always be in a deficit. And you physically can't, you just can't. Like, your body at some point will adjust to that. So, you know, if you are always in a deficit, then, you know, in theory, you just keep losing, and you just can't do that. Okay, so you just can't always be in a deficit. At some point, you gotta, you know, like I said, reverse things, right? Hence the name reverse dieting. But this actually goes beyond reverse dieting, because you're only going to reverse diet for a certain period of time, then you can go back and you're going to deficit. Okay, so those are my 5 reasons for you to do this undulating type reverse dieting, okay, which is basically just going up and down with your calories, but over time, those peaks in your calories will become higher and higher. That is, you'll be taking more and more calories over time. All right, 7.5 minutes. Let's get to the message of the day on day 69. And it is, and this is so true, and you can't argue with me on this one because you know it. Success is simple. This whole process is really simple, but it's not easy. It's not. And it goes like for anything in life that, you know, like I said, anything of any great measure in your life is for the most part pretty easy to do. It's just, pretty simple to do. It's just not easy because, you know, the concepts are simple. You know, pretty much everything, the concepts are simple. Here's the blueprint, just follow it through. It's the following day in, day out that gets hard. And I'm not knocking any of you who, you know, can't do this day in, day out, because believe me, there are many things that I struggle with that I want to do that require this type of dedication, and I struggle with that too. So this is just one area of my life I just don't struggle with. It's just innate in me for some reason. I don't know. So, but that's not to say I don't reward myself, and that's not to say that I don't, you know, but it is, for whatever reason, it's easier for me. I don't know. But I understand, at least I do, I think I do, I understand why a lot of you or all of you struggle with it, because it's just like everything else I'm trying to work towards. It's not easy, and it's hard, and you have fears, and you have doubts, and you have whatever, you know, other things in your life, and you know, you have reasons why, and they may not be good reasons why it's not happening, right? So, all right, so day 69, that is a wrap. Tomorrow will be the final official video. Man, this goes by fast, and yeah, you know, I'll just say it one more time, it really sucks that this challenge is ending the way it is, but what are we going to do, right? I really think that the finale will be a Zoom finale, which is just utterly lame, but there's nothing we can do because I can't get you guys into a group, and I can't even really get you into a small group. So, It's just going to have to be that. And I can't put it off because I don't know how long it's going to go on for. I mean, really, it could be 6 months, could be 9 months. You know, I seriously doubt it's going to be 2 or 3. I do think this is going to go on for a while. I hope to God I'm wrong. All right? So, one more day to submit, commit. Well, depending on when you're, maybe you got a few more days. All right? So let's just keep submitting and committing. It's never too late to try. It's never too late to make progress. All right? And I'm not going to give you any hints on how to do well in your scan, but if you paid attention to a few things I've said, then maybe you already know. But I want to tell you because, well, I should be telling you anyhow. Okay, so if you happen to remember anything I've said, then well, so be it. It's my fault. I'm not going to tell you any secrets, but there are things you can do to improve your scan. All right, positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself and give some gratitude. That will help to, boost your mood, and it may even push you to do a little bit more than perhaps what you originally might do in the day, okay? And we're talking about productivity here, okay, and focus. All right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow, and don't forget, we've got live classes. 7 a.m. tomorrow, 6 p.m. tomorrow night, and there is a class, that is an in-person class outside at 12 p.m. tomorrow. There will be 2 on Saturday. Text Martina to ask her, or better yet, message her in Slack, okay? Or message the group in Slack so I can see it and I can make sure that she's replies. Okay, we'll talk to y'all very soon. I'll see you guys.